Okay. God. No idea what I'm gonna say. I just wanted to come on here and just talk to you guys and intro this video and preface it with, this was filmed a couple weeks back. I had it planned to go live today and you will be watching it, but I did want to film just like a little snippet just talking about what is going on right now in the world. Not that I feel like I had to or I owed it to anyone to talk about anything, but I don't know. I just feel like as a Black content creator, I want to be almost like a role model and someone that you guys can look to and really see yourself in me and feel like you can relate to me and you share a lot of the same struggles as I do. I just wanted to come on here and say that I feel for you guys. I'm hurting with you guys. I acknowledge what's going on right now in the world. I know it's really hard. It's really tiring. It's exhausting. It's sad, it's sickening. There's so many emotions that I feel like we as Black people are feeling right now, and it's really hard to almost just process everything. And I feel like everyone is being really active on social media, and I think it's great that everyone is sharing, really advocating for the injustice that's happening right now in the world. But I feel like it needs to go so much more than just Instagram stories and posts and words. There needs to be true change, and 2020 has been really the year of just exposing all of the wrongs and malpractices, the systems in place in this country and in the world that has gone unchecked for centuries. It's not only what's happening right now with George Floyd. I just want you guys to know that it's okay to feel hurt. It's okay to feel you don't know how to respond or address the situation. I know this is something that we have dealt with for years, and it's always name after headline, and there's always a new person, always a new hashtag, and honestly, it's so tiring. I feel tired just always seeing this. You almost feel numb to it. It's okay if you don't know what to say. It's okay if you don't want to fight. It's okay to feel however you feel. I don't know. I'm really at a loss for words, and like I said, I'm so numb, but I do want you guys to speak up and use your voice as much as you can, no matter what platform you have. Use it in a way that feels truthful to you. Don't let anyone put words in your mouth. Say how you feel, what's on your mind, however you want to express it. Take the time to be silent, to speak up, do what you need to do to really make yourself just process and feel what's happening right now. Didn't want this video to go out with me not addressing it, and I just think it's important to not stay silent, not be complicit, and not be okay with the decades and decades and centuries of systematic oppression that we've dealt with in this country for so long. I'm so proud to be living in a generation where we're finally, you know, stepping up and not being silent anymore. And I really hope it goes so much farther and so much more than this. I hope in a week when this isn't so heavy in the media and it's not the only thing that they're focusing about, that people really do take action and they change the way they're thinking and they check their privilege and everything that comes with true change. It's not just words on social media, like I said. It's true change. It takes work, it takes educating yourself, it takes reading, it takes having tough conversations with your family, with your friends, and it's a daily fight. It's a daily thing that I think we all need to take on and realize that it's not just a Black fight. It's not just a fight that one group of people needs to make. It needs to be a fight that everyone makes. We're all human beings, so we all need to take a real active part and an active role in this. I know I didn't say everything that I wanted to say, and I wanted to say something and know that I'm here for you guys, and I'm hurting also. I hope you guys are staying strong, doing what you need to do to take care of your mental psyche, because there's a lot going on right now, not with just this, with everything that's been happening the past couple months. So really take the time that you need to take care of yourself, and I'm here for you guys always. I probably will realize something that I forgot to say, but just check out the description box. I will have more information on how you guys can help, how you guys can do your part, take an active role in this, and yeah, I'm gonna get into the rest of the video, but I just had to say that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Tanisha, and today's video is going to be another day in my life working in advertising from home. So a little twist. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know that I work in marketing and advertising. I work in social and digital media specifically, so I deal with a lot of banners, social media, content creation, branded content, dealing with like influencers very minorly. And yeah, that's kind of what I do on a day-to-day basis. So I am very lucky to be able to work from home. So just a little background on what I do and how I started. So I graduated 2 years ago and I have been working in this job for about 2 years. It'll be 2 years in July, and it's honestly been the best first job. I love it so much. I'm so thankful, like I said, to be able to have the opportunity to work from home. So I thought that I would just kind of share my day-to-day with you guys. There's not a lot of content, I feel like, on YouTube sharing the advertising industry in general. So I thought that I would kind of take you guys along my day, talk about what I'm doing today, what I have planned, what I have scheduled, and kind of just talk through everything. So if you guys are interested in either marketing or advertising or working in social media, obviously keep watching the video. But if you have any questions on how to get started, how I got my foot in the door, leave your questions down below, and I'm totally down to do like a Q&A on everything advertising and marketing. But we are going to get started. It's about noon. Had my morning meetings already. Basically, we have a daily meeting to kind of regroup on everything that's going on. It's basically kind of called a hot sheet meeting, where we go through everything that is hot for the day. So that's kind of like a term that people use in like marketing is, okay, what's hot? And it basically means like, okay, what needs to go out the door? What is the thing that we need to focus on today? So we have a hot sheet meeting and we go through everything that we're working on, all of our creative projects, all of that stuff. So I work at an agency, so we work for, obviously we have a client, and all of our projects have to do with the client and we serve the client. So what I specifically do is I am on the account side. So I am a client facing kind of person. I deal with the client on a day-to-day basis. We're always emailing back and forth. We're sometimes calling, texting, just trying to get projects through the door, back to them through legal, through creative review, all of that type of stuff. So we had our hot sheet meeting. We went over everything in terms of like what needs to be done today. I got a few things out that I am just like making sure are still like moving along. The majority of my day is honestly spent doing emails, like a lot of emails. And that is something, if you guys are just like maybe graduating high school or just starting out in college and you're like curious about advertising or marketing at all, be prepared to be on the computer and glued to the screen a lot, like so much. I'm constantly just on Microsoft Outlook emails and Teams and just doing all of that. So I have just been looking over emails. I got ready actually about 30 minutes ago because I feel like I wanted to just like get ready, just like feel like starting the day, if that makes sense. So I am kind of in a good place. I don't have any other meetings for today, but I do need to kind of make a little list of things that I need to get out. So this morning I actually already sent out a few emails to the client on projects that I'm working on. So like I said, I kind of deal with social and digital media, like that is my main day-to-day. But there are times where I do have to deal, oh, look who pops out. Hi. Tyler's here too. There are times where I do have to deal with print projects. You also kind of run all of the events portion of our social and digital media, like department of our team, if that makes sense. So there's social, there's digital, and then there's also like an events portion, which if you have been watching my videos, you guys know that I've traveled to like New York, to Charleston, to Colorado, and those were all for the events part of the client that we work for. So we go to the different events and we film videos and capture social content to post on Instagram and Facebook so that people can be up to date and in the loop on what we're doing in terms of like the brand and the product. The events part of my job, they actually went through a rebranding where we had to basically update all of our print materials. So on-site signage, so like, you know, those banners that you see when you go to an event, or like the welcome signs. There's like table runners for when you check in. So we had to update all of those materials with the new branding, the new event name, all of that. And so I had to obviously handle and manage that portion of it because the events like part of the business is kind of like my baby. So we just wrapped up all of the print materials for that, which I'm super excited about. I just sent all of the things off to the client this morning, all of the photos of what they look like. Obviously, none of our clients are in the office, so we just had to send them photos of what it looks like. But once we are back up and running with the events part of it, we'll send all those stuff off. So I already sent that, but I do have to work on an estimate. So basically, like, it's basically exactly what it sounds like. So whenever you work on a project, it's quoted for a certain amount. So most of the projects that we work on at my agency and at my company are under retainer. So the client pays a certain amount per month or per year. And all of the projects that we work on kind of fall under that like fee. But there are some other projects, like additional stuff, that we do have to make sure that we are quoting specifically, so we know like, okay, if we have $20,000 in the budget this month, how much have we spent already? How much do we have in the works to be spent, just so we can, like, you know, balance our sheets and make sure that we're not going over budget, we're not overspending, and the client is aware of everything that is being spent. Because we wrapped up that project, I need to work on an estimate for that and send it off to the client, and just kind of like administrative stuff. But that is kind of my day to day, kind of a chiller day. There are days where my schedule is literally like jam-packed. I'm in meetings all day, but this week has kind of been a little bit easier where I don't have too many meetings, which is like awesome for me because I can actually like cook lunch and I can like get ready, do my makeup. I worked out this morning. So there's pros and cons, and there's like ebbs and flows to my work weeks and work days. So today is a little bit of a chiller day, which I am super happy about. So I know a lot of us are not really like used to working from home. I know I for sure am not used to it. This is something that I've done here and there, but not like consistently every single day for the past month now. So I wanted to also just like throw in some tips in here to kind of help you guys transition. I know it's been a little bit since we've all been kind of quarantining and self-isolating, but there are some things that I feel like that I've learned in the past month, like realistic tips that actually work, not like wake up and work out. Like, I worked out this morning and it was like a 10-minute workout. Like, I could barely do it. But I would say, like, if you are transitioning to working from home and you're being blessed to be able to do that, obviously say a little gratitude, be thankful for that. But I would also say, like, the first thing I have learned just this past month doing it is try and wake up around the same time every day. So I obviously have a commute to work, and my commute, LA traffic is like insane. So now that I don't have to commute, it's a lot better. I don't have to wake up as early, but I do try to get up like around, I don't know, like 8:30, 8:40, 9-ish. Like, that is like about maybe 30-40 minutes before my first call. So like, don't completely like derail your schedule and wake up at like 10 a.m. just because you have a call at like 10:30. Like, still try and wake up, make breakfast, or like make a little smoothie for breakfast, or whatever you like to do in the morning. Still try and keep a little bit of a routine, because it's going to be really hard to go back to work. I'm already like dreading it, like waking up in the morning, getting ready to go to work, packing a lunch, like bracing myself for traffic. I know it's gonna be like tough, so I'm trying to like still wake up around the same time, so I'm not like completely like disheveled once I actually have to go back to work, because we all know that time is gonna come one day and we're either ready or we're gonna be like absolutely dreading it, which I already am. Another tip that I would have for you guys is, obviously you saw Tyler like poke his head out. We have been working from home together and like quarantining together for the past month, so we literally haven't been apart for the past month, which is kind of crazy. He's actually gonna sleep at his house tonight, but we like to work in separate rooms. So like, I'll usually like work out here in the kitchen, or he'll work in my room, or like vice versa. Like, we won't like be out here in the kitchen at the same time, just because I feel like when you are at home quarantined with your significant other, you can really get like annoyed of them, like seeing them all day, every day. You're working with them, and then after work, you're like either watching a show with them, you're like cooking, you're like doing a lot together. So in order to just kind of like feel like you have a little bit of privacy or your space or alone time, just like choose a section of the house where you can be and they can be, and it's just kind of like separate, where you're not just like down each other's throats all day, because I don't think I could do it if we were just like staring at each other, like working every single day in and day out. It would be like too much. So give yourself some space. You don't need to be up each other's butts all day, every day. You be in the kitchen, or you have an office, or you work outside. I don't know. Whatever works for you in your situation, do that. But I feel like giving yourself space, whether it's with your boyfriend, your roommate, your husband, whatever, we all need space. And with quarantine especially, we really need to just have our own like alone time. So definitely do that. Work in different areas is like a huge tip, especially it will save you in a lot of fights. Okay, so those are my first little tips in working from home. I do need to make a little to-do list of all the things that I just need to finish this week and today. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna take a little break. I have been like so adamant about taking breaks, especially working from home. You can really just get into the groove and stay in one spot for like 5 hours. I know myself especially. I feel like you get emails and then you're led down another path, and then you're led down another path, and then you realize, oh, you need to do this thing, you need to do this thing, you need to answer this person. And so I like to take breaks and like work in intervals where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work from 10 to 11 or 9 to 11, get my work done, and then I'm gonna take a break, I'm gonna shower, I'm do my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back like I'm doing now, do my to-do list, map out the rest of my day, and then do lunch. So take breaks, break up your work day. It's really like hard, I feel like, especially just to feel like you're not burning yourself out and just working all day long. So just take a break. Whether it's like 10 minutes or whatever, step away from the computer, give your eyes a little break. My break period today was showering, doing my makeup. Now I'm gonna write my to-do list. I'm gonna make lunch in a little bit. I'm gonna make some salmon arugula salad. I've showed you guys this recipe before, but I'll obviously show it again. And then I do need to edit some videos. So I'm just gonna write my little list of things that I want to do today in terms of work. So I'm just writing work on estimate. I like writing things down a lot better because, I don't know, it just feels like more official than just like trying to remember it in your head. There's so many things going on all the time that it's really hard to remember all of it. So I just feel like writing things down really helps me. So I'm gonna work on the estimate that I need to send to the client. Also need to do my performance review. So this is like performance review season right now at my company. So that is due on Friday. So I need to remember to do that. I also have peer reviews. So basically we like review other people that we work with and just offer like constructive criticism or feedback or anything like that. So I need to do that. Let's check emails and see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Okay, I think we are good on the to-do list and checking emails. It's about 12:30 right now, so that means it is lunchtime. I know Tyler is starving, and so am I. So we're going to transition to making some lunch. So I have just been defrosting the salmon. It's all good to go now. So this recipe is from skinnytaste.com. It's an arugula salmon salad with capers and shaved Parmesan. I don't have capers, and my Parmesan is just like the shredded kind that you just kind of like sprinkle on. This is like a super easy lunch to make, but it's still filling because you're having protein. So you have like the salmon protein, but then it's healthy because you have the arugula also. Usually I do like salads with chicken and tomatoes, avocados, like my iconic salad that I feel like I always show in the vlog. But I discovered this and I love it just as much because it's like another way to have protein and still have a really good yummy salad. It's just not like grilled chicken. So I'll show you guys what it looks like once it's all like ready to go.
And that is our lunch for the day. Probably gonna get him a little La Croix because he likes to drink these. Just get him one of these. And I will probably have one of my ices. I love these things. I'm gonna serve him. He's gonna think he's a king, but gotta make your man happy any way you can.
I know you're still constantly behind. He's just gonna sit back and he'll jump in as Courtney.
I knew he was gonna give me that face. He always is like happy whenever I serve him in bed. What? You're welcome. It's not over yet.
That's awesome. If they love us,
Here.
we're golden. What I want to do is just kind of, is Matt and Tyler on?
I'm here.
It's on a work call. Normally we wouldn't eat in bed, but like I said, we like to work in different areas of the house so that we're not like bothering each other with our calls. So he's working from the room and I'm working from the table. I'm gonna eat this lunch and then get back to work, answer any emails that I have, and then check in with you guys in a little bit.